Today for New Year's meal, a girl named Ashley sent me a recipe called Tuscana. I don't know. Fancy potato soup. So I believe that's what we'll do today. So we need about 10 slices of bacon. I don't know how many this is. Looks about like 10. And we're going to cube that up. And this, it'll be our garnish for our soup later. So I'm going to put this in the pot and get it started. And I'll be back to chop up the rest of it. All right, so our recipe calls for 3 pounds of potatoes, 2 onions, 10 cloves of garlic. I thought we might change it up a little bit. Because any potato soup is going to need some celery, right? So we'll probably put 3 ribs of celery in ours. And I've got our handy dandy little internet chop box out. I asked the kids to pick me up some matchstick carrots. They picked me up some regular carrots. Because our soup's going to have some carrots in it too. Tuscana. That's fancy for potato soup there. I think I got 3 more gray hairs in my beard chopping the celery. But we're going to use 3 stalks. And let's see what this thing will do with a carrot. Kind of interested to see. So I have, that may be a little hard, I don't know. Yeah. We may want to make them in smaller pieces. Now I'll probably cube my thumb too. Yeah, we'll make that in smaller pieces for sure. So let's try some carrot slices. Carrot slices will work. If I do not straight up destroy, yeah, probably 1 slice at a time we can do for carrots. And instead of 2 onions, I thought a shallot would be really nice in it where it's going to have the bacon grease and stuff. So we'll use 1 of those. And we'll use an onion. Probably have to cut him in half. And I'll finish your carrots and stuff while I'm frying the bacon. That should probably take forever. We could probably throw our garlic cloves in here too and shorten some work. Like I said, I'm just going to be using 5. All right, we got us a piece of kale washed. I figured I'd show you guys how I do that. A lot of people have never eaten fresh greens, strange as it sounds. So tear the middle stem out. Then if I'm going to use it in soup or something, I just roll up the leaf and come in from the side. And there we have that. So I asked for a small bag of potatoes. I was brought pre-washed little potatoes. So we're gonna quarter those and they'll go in their pot skin on. It'll be even fancier potato soup. All right, at this point, we're gonna add 1 pound of sweet Italian sausage. Use spicy if you like. All right, I've dipped a lot of our grease out of there. I held it in reserve just in case we might need it. In goes our shallot onion, 5 cloves of garlic, 3 carrots, and 3 celery stalks. All right, we're on our 2nd quart of chicken stock. Had a phone call. So 2 quarts of chicken stock to deglaze all this. If you don't got chicken stock, 2 quarts of water and bouillon cubes work just fine. So at this point, we're going to throw in all of our cubed little potatoes. And I'll go over here and get the rest of our kale ready to put in 15 minutes, I believe the recipe called for. Then we'll add cream and should be close to done. All right, our potatoes are about done. I've reduced it to a simmer. We're going to add about, I don't know, 1.5 cups of cream. And probably all the cream. There ain't no sense in saving that little bit. I'm going to go ahead and add a few bunches of kale. That stuff will shrink up into nothing. That should just take a few minutes. Get her stirred up. And like the soup's just a little thin to suit me. It wasn't in their recipe, which some of my stuff wasn't, but I'm going to thicken this with some instant potatoes after our greens get done. I'll be back with y'all for that. Oh no, roasted greens. Our greens look like they're wilted down pretty good now. And that's how I thicken about any cream-based soup with potatoes. Works great. Maybe just a little more to make it suit me. But that's why I keep instant potatoes around. They kind of suck for mashed potatoes, but they work great on soup. That's looking pretty good. Now our vegetables are suspended instead of at the bottom. I'll bring this back to a boil and we will take it over there and give her a go. Looking good though. I'm thinking soup of Tuscana for the win. Okay, our soup's done pretty cool. So, that's what we got in a pot. Thickened up nice. And here's what I've got. Now mine had a little bit more ingredients than theirs had. With the celery and the carrots. And we used the potatoes to thicken. So I've hit mine with some black pepper and some salt. I do not have shredded Parmesan, but I do got some grated. It's good in a pinch. I mean, hell, it didn't kill any of us eating spaghetti growing up. So, buttermilk cornbread. We could have used a French baguette, but I think potato soup calls for cornbread. So, all right, Ashley. I think This is better than regular potatoes.